Please gather around, as we have some exciting news to share, especially with those of you who receive VA, SSI, SSDI, or Social Security benefits. Get ready, because this Friday, your bank accounts will receive checks totaling $2,000. We're getting into all the specifics in this must-watch video so you can understand exactly what's in store for you. Have you ever questioned your eligibility for this boost, wondering when you can anticipate receiving that much-needed deposit? Or perhaps you're curious to find out how this infusion of cash could make a difference in your life. You're going to be very happy. Come along as we break down the payment schedule for this Friday, including exactly what checks are eligible for and how to get ready to receive them. This video is specifically designed for all beneficiaries, regardless of experience level or level of familiarity with benefits and related topics. We'll cover every angle to make sure you have all the information you need to handle this fascinating development. We're here to support you every step of the process, from clarifying qualifying requirements to providing helpful advice on how to maximize this windfall. Since the COVID-19 epidemic began in 2020, these recipient organizations have received direct payments 3 times totaling $2,000 as part of the stimulus package. In spring 2020, $1,200 checks were distributed in the first round. In late 2020, $600 checks were distributed in the second phase. The recipients of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits who have suffered disproportionately from the financial effects of the epidemic are the target audience for this most recent $2,000 payment. Treasury Secretary Sarah Anderson stated, "Those who have been most negatively impacted by the high inflation we've seen over the past few years are seniors and disabled Americans on fixed incomes. These $2,000 checks are a critical lifeline to help this vulnerable population make ends meet and cover rising costs for essentials like food, utilities, and health care." The funds will be distributed to qualified recipients in 2 waves: Social Security retirement, survivors, and disability beneficiaries who receive their benefits through direct deposit will get their share of the funds on April 12, 2024. On April 19, 2024, beneficiaries of SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits, as well as those of Social Security who get their benefits via paper check or debit card, will receive the second wave of payouts. More than 90% of qualifying recipients, according to the IRS and Social Security Administration, will get their $2,000 check by the end of April 2024. To be eligible for the $2,000 stimulus check, you have to fulfill a few requirements. Get benefits from the VA, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or SSI by March 31, 2024. Possess a current Social Security card. Satisfy the income requirements set forth in 2022 tax returns for individual taxpayers with adjusted gross incomes up to $75,000 and married couples filing jointly with incomes up to $150,000. As long as they meet the income requirements, Social Security beneficiaries, including those receiving retirement, survivors, or disability benefits, automatically qualify. Veterans receiving pensions, survivor benefits, or disability payments from the VA, as well as SSI and SSDI recipients, are also qualified. Your existing federal benefit delivery method will determine how and when you receive your $2,000 stimulus payment. On April 12th, if you receive your regular installments by direct deposit, the $2,000 should appear in your account. On April 19th, beneficiaries of paper checks and debit cards will receive their payments. There is a straightforward online claims process available through the IRS website for non-filers who don't typically file tax returns. The deadline is June 30th, 2024. The annual cost of living adjustment, COLA, increase that Social Security and other benefits get is not included in this $2,000 stimulus payout. The average monthly Social Security retirement income will increase from $1,827 in 2023 to $1,896 in 2024 due to the 3.8% COLA set for 2024. In addition to the yearly COLA hike, the stimulus check is meant to offer further immediate financial assistance. The most common queries regarding the $2,000 stimulus checks are included below. They address subjects such as eligibility, payment processing, and the non-filer's claim procedure. The most important things to remember are that the payment is tax-exempt. More than 90% of qualifying recipients will receive their checks by the end of April 2024, and tools are available if you need help claiming your stimulus monies. A vital lifeline for millions of elderly, disabled, and veteran people who have experienced significant financial hardship in recent years is this most recent batch of $2,000 stimulus checks. We hope that this guide has given you all the information you require to properly submit a claim for your payment and receive the assistance you are due. You could receive a single $2,000 stimulus payment if you earn both Social Security retirement benefits and VA disability payments. Receiving benefits from one of the approved federal programs as of March 31, 2024, is a requirement for eligibility. You are only eligible to receive one $2,000 check, even if you get benefits from several qualifying sources. Regardless of the amount of your current VA or Social Security benefits, you will be eligible for the entire $2,000 stimulus payment if your 2022 adjusted gross income was less than the $75,000 individual or $150,000 joint filing threshold. Your eligibility will not be affected by recent adjustments to your benefits because the income restrictions are based only on your 2022 tax return. You must be receiving benefits as of March 31, 2024, in order to qualify. After that date, if you began receiving Social Security or VA benefits, you will not be eligible for this round of $2,000 stimulus checks. When you submit your 2024 taxes the following year, though, you might be able to claim the payment. In addition, veterans who receive a VA pension are eligible for the $2,000 stimulus payment provided that their income in 2022 was below the qualifying income levels. Not just those receiving disability benefits are eligible for the payment, all receivers of VA benefits are. As long as your 2022 adjusted gross income was less than $75,000, having extra sources of income outside of your SSI payments will not affect your eligibility for the $2,000 stimulus check. You will be entitled to the entire payment. You are eligible for the stimulus payment, even if you have already submitted your 2023 tax return. Your 2022 tax return information will be used by the IRS and Social Security Administration to assess your eligibility and make the necessary payments. To apply for the $2,000 stimulus payment, non-filers who receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA payments can use a dedicated IRS claim system. The claim submission deadline is June 30, 2024, and the payment schedule for approved claims will begin in July of that same year. The $2,000 stimulus payment will be automatically transferred to your Direct Express debit card if you currently receive your federal benefits loaded onto it. To get the money, you don't need to do any further action. By the end of April, more than 90% of qualified claimants will get their $2,000 payout. 2024. Instructions on how to claim the stimulus check will be given to individuals who don't receive it by then. Claims must be submitted by June 30, 2024 at the latest. After then, any successful claims will begin to be processed and paid out in July 2024. A vital lifeline for millions of elderly, disabled, and veteran people who have experienced significant financial hardship in recent years is this most recent batch of $2,000 stimulus checks. Congress authorized a bigger economic relief package, which includes the payments to assist vulnerable communities in coping with consistently high inflation and growing living expenses. The third wave of direct payments to these recipients since the COVID-19 outbreak began consists of the $2,000 stimulus checks. 2020 saw the distribution of $1,200 checks in the first round and $600 checks in the second later that year. The recipients of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits, who have been among those most negatively affected financially by the pandemic, are the target audience for this most recent payment. Treasury Secretary Sarah Anderson stressed the significance of these stimulus checks by saying, Those on fixed incomes who are elderly or disabled have been among the most negatively affected by the high levels of inflation we have witnessed in recent years. In order to help this vulnerable group make ends meet and pay for growing expenses for necessities like food, utilities, and healthcare, these $2,000 checks are a vital lifeline. The funds will be distributed in 2 stages. On April 12, 2024, for those who receive direct deposit, and on April 19, 2024, for those who receive paper checks and debit cards. By the end of April 2024, more than 90% of qualified beneficiaries would get their $2,000 payment, according to promises made by the IRS and Social Security Administration. To be eligible, you have to fulfill a few requirements. Get benefits from the VA, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or SSI by March 31, 2024. Possess a current Social Security card. Satisfy the income requirements determined by your 2022 tax returns. As long as they meet the income requirements, Social Security beneficiaries, including those receiving retirement, survivors, or disability benefits, automatically qualify. Veterans receiving specific VA benefits as well as beneficiaries of SSI and SSDI are also qualified.